welcome back to Samsung Arena. As you can see on your screen, Arsenal, after an impressive first half showing, are 2 goals to the good over PSV in this Champions League qualifier. We've also had plenty of tweets in from all of you watching from home as well. There's lots of praise for Beth Mead in particular. Josh Bunting at Bunting Football writes that Mead under Jonas Eidevall will do very well. Absolutely loved watching her this week. The movement, the link-up play has been excellent. Just seems more confident in the system as well. She even looks like she's an upgrade on last season's version. So credit to her for that. John Booth echoes the sentiments as well. At John Booth 74, solid first half. Beth looks really positive in her play. And we hope that Caitlin is able to get some game time as well. He also really likes the Steph and Katie partnership on the left-hand side. So that's certainly a blossoming one. Meanwhile, we are just taking a quick look at a change for PSV. So it's Naomi Pataval who's leaving the field. It's going to be Elizabeth Jean coming on. And there's a second change. Just get confirmation of that second one when it happens. Unfortunately, the camera angles are just playing a few tricks on us at the moment. But one change that we know has definitely happened is Elizabeth Jean has come on the right-hand side. So yeah, thank you to everyone who did get involved at half-time with your thoughts. Please do continue to send them in. The hashtag is #AWFC. Please let us know as well where you're tuning in from across the world. It's always great to find out more about where our fans are, which players you've been impressed with, and just how much you're looking forward to the start of the new WSL season. Of course, that kicks off at home against Chelsea, Emirates Stadium clash as well. Kicking off on Sunday, the 5th of Sunday, the 5th of September, I should say, against Chelsea, Emirates Stadium. And tickets are still available on arsenal.com. So please do get involved. I'm sure all of the team would love to see you at the stadium. For now, though, Arsenal back on the attack. Here's Katie McCabe, faced one-on-one up against Anika Rodriguez, who carries the ball away, but only as far as Iwabuchi. It's a nice turn under pressure from Kim Little. Back to Maritz. Maritz again. Iwabuchi. Could see what she was going for with the reverse ball. Ends up in Maritz's path again, and there's a clever 1-2. And Maritz is on the overlap, a chance perhaps to cross to Miedemar. The danger was well read by Mandy Vandenberg. Arsenal get the first set piece of the second half. And in their final set piece of the first half, that's where we saw Mana Iwabuchi conjure up a moment of magic. Absolutely spectacular goal. I'm sure everyone following on Twitter will have seen that one pop up on their timeline. But if not, not to worry, the highlights will be available on arsenal.com after today's game. In comes the corner from Katie McCabe. PSV making a mess of the clearance, a chance for Jen Beattie. Who can let out a wry smile there. I think she knows that she should have done a bit better. But it was on a weaker foot. It was at an awkward height as well. The Scotland international lashed over in the end. She did actually begin her career as a striker, Jen Beattie. Scored a huge number of goals, actually, while she was playing in the forward position, breaking through as a youngster for Arsenal. She's got 29 goals to her name. Only a couple of those have been scored as a centre-back. Here's Zinsberger. Again, PSV making a bit of a hash of things in possession. Managed to get away with that one. It's May Brooks who can bring it away from the red and white players. Now a bit of space for Thestrup to run into, but Simone Boy's there with her every step of the way. For clearing downfield. Anyone that's listened to my commentary before, especially with Jen Beattie, will know that I'm a fan of it. The commanding centre-back, and Simone Boy's ticking all the boxes there. Been really impressed with what we've seen from her in an Arsenal shirt. Never looks phased when under pressure. As I mentioned in the first half, she's so proactive as well. Reads the danger, gets across to it first, and takes control of the situation, just as Jen Beattie did there to win Arsenal a goal kick. That's loose from Zinsberger. Now Van Lunteren to the right-hand side. Popping up here is Elizabeth Sheen. Arsenal will just hack it clear. Waldus. Brooks had peeled off the left-hand side, has left Janu Levels slightly isolated. Instead they'll go to this right-hand side. Here's Waldus again. Looking long this time. Simone Boy got her angles wrong. And on the one time that that's happened, Brooks is able to capitalise. PSV pull one back. It's about as direct as they come. It's the curse of the commentator, really, in singing Simone Boy's praises. Not sure that she realised the danger that was behind her. It was a clever ball in the end, bouncing just before the defender could get there. It's actually a really good finish from Brooks. Improvised in the end on her right foot and into the bottom corner. Past Zinsberger before she could react. And just like that, PSV are back in the game. You can hear Jonas Eidevall really not happy about something on the sideline. Telling his players to get back into position when they're looking to get the game restarted quickly. I think what he's quite keen for Arsenal to do is not feel sorry for themselves after conceding that goal, to get back on the front foot immediately. They did take their foot off the gas slightly in this at the start of the second half. They invited that level of pressure. It was a good through ball, actually, from Marushka Waldus, the centre-back. They will be disappointed, Arsenal, with how easily they're able to have their defence breached there. Okay, dinky one over the top now. Here's Miedema. Back to goal on the edge of the box. She's still managed to find the pass. And here's Beth Mead. It's a good stop by Sari van Veenendaal. Again, nice one-touch football from Noelle Maritz. Knew exactly what she was doing with that. The weight of pass was good. Van Veenendaal stood tall. A big obstacle for me to try and get past. Wabuchi tackled on the byline. PSV can clear. There are attacking options for Arsenal on the bench should they need them. Nikita Parris, of course, scored on her Arsenal debut on Wednesday. And you've got Caitlin Ford as well, who's, well, according to the backroom staff out in Moscow, is looking much more back to her best after a rest after the Olympics. But again, PSV are in behind. Zinsberger, fortunately, is on her toes and able to claim that one. Nika Rodriguez it was who was bearing down on goal. Arsenal do just need to compose themselves a bit here. Make sure they keep hold of the ball. Here's Katie McCabe, nice skill from her. Now Catley, Manham. Miedemar, Iwabuchi. Acres of space on the right-hand side for Maritz. Now she's invited to go forward. Beth Mead sticking wide ahead of her. Instead, she's gone central to Kim Little. Well read by Sari van Veenendaal. Two of them would have gone head-to-head in training many a time in their time in North London together. Van Veenendaal coming out on top this time. Elizabeth Jean to Rodriguez, who's pushed a bit further forward on the right-hand side since the substitution was made. Vandenberg into Brooks. Another switch of play from Marushka Waldus. Now Brooks again, looking over the top for Festrup, well read by Simone Boy. PSV back in control of the ball. As you can see, they have a foothold in this game now. Iwabuchi was sliding in. PSV, look at the confidence they're playing with right now. Fortunately for Arsenal, that passing move breaks down. They did seem to create a lot of space in that midfield area as Kim Little just takes a bit of the sting out of things. And Julie Biesmans is the second player to enter Petra Pavlikova's book. That's 2 yellow cards now for PSV. Anika Rodriguez is the player who was booked in the first half. Biesmans, of course, 2 seasons in England with Bristol City between 2017 and 2019. More than 60 caps for Belgium as well, plenty of international experience. Joined PSV back in June 2019. Been a mainstay in their midfield ever since. More nice play by Noel Maritz, who's quietly having a very, very good game on the right-hand side of defence. Just went a bit too early there. Kim Little, I think the pass was perhaps bouncing away from her. It's good to see Arsenal mixing up their attacks. Can go for the short option, they can go out wide, or they can be a bit more direct like then. Zinsberger perhaps taking a bit of a chance there under pressure from Thestrup. PSV a win-back possession. Oh dear. Pavlikova not happy with that one. And apologies if you've heard any unsavoury language from Katie McCabe. Very serious competitor, McCabe. It's been called back for a late challenge. And the first booking for an Arsenal player. So Mandy Vandenberg, arm goes up again, delivers once more. Jen Beattie meets it. That's really nice play under pressure from Beth Mead. There's an option downfield if she can find it, but unfortunately couldn't keep the pass in play. Just a reminder that the winner of today's game goes through to round 2, draw for which will be held at midday tomorrow. Arsenal are looking to qualify through the league path rather than the Champions path. And that, of course, being in the league path means you go up against seeded teams in the next round. So that's Lyon, Wolfsburg, Man City, Slavia Prague, Rosengard. Arsenal can't draw Man City. PSV come forward again, though. They're looking to get their name in the hat. Flashed across the face of goals. Oh boy, had to adjust really well to clear that one. There's Brooks. Great first touch. I think she saw her name up in lights there after the control. Perhaps thought, if I get this one in, might be a Puskas contender. What it ended up being was the wrong choice. There was an option on this right-hand side. Anika Rodriguez screaming for the ball. Here come Arsenal. Manham, he goes down off the ball. Arsenal keep going. There's Kim Little, just losing out possession to Janu Levels. Iwabuchi into Little. Those two making things tick in the heart of Arsenal's midfield. Now Mead with the low cross, blocked by the first defender. It's PSV's turn to come forward. Good tracking back by Iwabuchi. Arsenal fans are going to love seeing that, although goes down in a slightly concerning way there. Does look like she's okay. Getting back to her feet, the Japan international, just off your screens. In comes the ball from Rodriguez on the right-hand side. Merritt will happily let that one roll out of play, allowing her team to get back into position. As I was saying, the draw for the next round will be held at midday tomorrow. 24 teams will be involved in round 2. The best 12 teams, so that's 7 from the Champions Path winners and 5 from the League Path winners, joining Barcelona, PSG, Bayern Munich and Chelsea in the group stage. So essentially, once Arsenal get through this, if Arsenal get through this, we'll be just 180 minutes away from a spot in the Champions League group stage. The next game the next tie will be played over 2 legs, home and away, rather than the neutral venue that we've seen this week. Will be an opportunity for you to see your favourite players up close and personal once again. But we're doing what we can to bring you all of the action live from Moscow. To bring you the joy of a victory as well, as Arsenal look to turn the screw once more. Mead unable to combine with Merritt. Arsenal get a second bite of the cherry with Catley. Can only clear into Brooks. Boy, again, confident under pressure, recovering from the goal that Arsenal conceded. Now here's Kim Little, again making a burst forward from midfield, looking for a runner ahead of her. No one had made the move. She had to go herself, and she's won a corner, which I think Arsenal's captain will be quite happy with. Just a reminder as well that there is more live football tomorrow. Arsenal's men's team go head-to-head against Chelsea. The Breakdown Live returns. Nick Bright with Adrian Clark, commentary from Dan Roebuck and David Hillier. That's from 4 o'clock on Arsenal.com and the Arsenal app. So Katie McCabe with the corner kick. Opportunity for Jen Beattie and Simone Boy to add some height into Arsenal's attack. Just need a good delivery from McCabe. In it goes, floated in towards Jen Beattie. The header's on target. Not enough pace to trouble Sari van Veenendaal. There's Brooks, all over the top again. PSV have notably gone more direct in this second half. Arsenal, for what it's worth, have responded well to the setback. Certainly make them more comfortable, though, to restore that 2-goal cushion. Catley to Iwabuchi. Switching play once more now on Maritz. Always grateful to receive the pass on the right-hand side. Might come now for Viviana Miedema. Shifts onto her left. The ball rebounded into the path of Mane Iwabuchi. Gets her second of the afternoon. Look how much that one means to Jonas Eideveld. I think he sensed that PSV were growing back into this game. And that's a crucial goal at a crucial time for Arsenal. And once more, it's their midfield magician who's in the right place at the right time. Arsenal 3, PSV 1. Viviana Miedema there did everything right, creating the space. It's a decent stop by Van Veenendaal, but unfortunately for her, parried straight back into danger. It's an easy enough one for Iwabuchi to tap in from close range. Arsenal do make their first change. It's Nikita Paris, another summer arrival, replacing Beth Mead on the right-hand side. And just when you thought the attack couldn't get any more clinical, well, you've got two of the Women's Super League's greatest ever goal scorers lining up alongside each other now. There is Paris, her first involvement. Can she find her strike partner? In it goes towards Miedema. It's a bit too close for the striker to get on the end of it. Rodriguez down, requiring a bit of treatment. I don't know if that's a case of being winded. Mane Iwabuchi, a goal and an assist on her debut, and then 2 goals to follow that up. Well on her way to establishing herself as a firm fan favourite. Just 2 games in, I imagine. Please do let us know what you've made to her start. As an Arsenal player, again, the hashtag is AWFC. We'll just take a look through some of your tweets now that have been coming in throughout this second half. KK Monet, very impressed with Zinsberger's distribution. Saying that this season, both games, her delivery's been so accurate. To say, I agree. Every time she's had the ball at her feet, well, every time. I can remember one odd occasion in this game where she gave it back to a PSV player. But other than that, really, really solid stuff from Arsenal's number 1. Chloe Dowling reckons Arsenal were going to have a great season in the WSL. Iwabuchi, Boy and Manham so far all proved to be great signings. We're only a few games in. She reckons that Manha's going to be able to have some class goals this season. I mean, well, look, if that one tonight is anything to go by, then I agree with you, Chloe. The link-up between Little and Mead has been good. I'm really impressed, again, with Mane Iwabuchi. That's not a nice sign, is it? Rodriguez being helped off the pitch, in some pain as well. Don't know if that's a shoulder injury. She seems to be clutching that area. I hope that's not too serious. The change is made. It's Maxine Snellenberg replacing Nika Rodriguez.
Substitution in team PSV. Player out number 22, Annika Rodriguez. Player in number 21, Maxine Snellenberg.
Another change on the right-hand side for PSV. Do wonder if you're Katie McCabe, whether you're demanding that ball as quickly as possible, just to try and bring Snellenberg up to speed. She's not really played too much senior football, Snellenberg. Still only 18 years old, the midfielder. Actually celebrated her 18th birthday just 3 days ago. But did score 1 in 2 for PSV during her first season in senior football last year. Look at Frida Manham go. Honestly, once she gets going, very, very difficult to stop. Unfortunately, on that occasion, it's her touch that lets her down, but Arsenal still in control. McCabe dinking a delicate pass over the top. Iwabuchi's on the run. And she's going to have to twist and turn her way away, or maybe not. It's a pass that releases Catley, and then in the box was Katie McCabe. Was she brought down by Brooks? Petra Pavlikova, the referee, Slovakian, says no. Arsenal still on the attack. Iwabuchi, a stunning reverse pass just a moment ago. I thought there was nothing on. She'd almost run herself into the corner. Played a delightful through ball to Catley, and then when Catley found Katie McCabe, it looks as though she was bundled over in the box. We'll get a better idea from this angle. Well, yeah, Brooks hasn't got any of the ball there. Tripped her standing foot, and that should have been an Arsenal penalty. You can see why Idabel's a bit annoyed. Now we see 2 changes for Arsenal. Lotte Wubben-Moy in the headgear that Petr Cech has given his seal of approval on the Arsenal Women Instagram. It's headgear that a number of the Arsenal women's players have been trying on, posing for in photo shoots across social media this week. I saw one with Mana Iwabuchi wearing it. The Arsenal medical team did have to go out and buy that one especially. It's a rugby scrum cap that Lotte's having to wear just to protect the stitches that were put in. She could have actually stayed on in Wednesday's game, we should say that, but Jonas clarified in his post-match press conference that the stitches would have taken about 10 minutes to set and didn't want to be without a player for that long. So he took the decision to substitute her, but she was okay to continue. It looks as though she'll be joining the action in the next few moments. Beattie needs to be careful. Just enough to find Zinsberger. Doesn't take any chances with her clearance. Little out to Paris. Not seen too much of her since joining the action. She's combining really nicely with Katie McCabe. And here goes Paris. Little's open in the middle. She can find her. Excellent slide challenge from Andy van den Berg. Out for an Arsenal throw-in. Here come those changes, though. First one is Iwabuchi, so 2 goals for her. That's going to be the end of her afternoon. Replaced by Caitlin Ford, and then the change in defence, as expected. Jen Beattie, after making her first start from that back injury, to be replaced by Lotte Wubben-Moy. It's going to be very easy to identify from my position, just based on the scrum cap. But how nice was it to see Jen Beattie back out there again today. Really, really hope she's able to push on and enjoy getting back to regular football again. It's loose from Arsenal. It's an audacious attempt from near the halfway line. Tinsberg was able to watch it all the way. It's Caroline Rask who attempted that one. Routine catch for the Austrian goalkeeper. Loose again, this time from Biesmans. Arsenal do just need to make sure, now that they have restored that 2-goal advantage, they don't invite any more pressure. They don't want to make this any harder than it has been. It's been a bit of a physical workout for their team. Make sure that they keep things tight at the back. Well, still threatening further forward, and here's another powerful run by Noelle Maritz. Jinking past 2 players, let down by a final pass though. There she is. Well, it's Frida Manum actually who's winning back possession. I'd love to see stats on how many times Manum's recovered the ball today. She's been excellent in that ball-winning position, just allowing Kim Little and Mane Wabuchi to run forward at will and create. And Manum's just been tidying up everything else. What a midfield triumvirate that could turn out to be. And of course, Leah Velti still to return. It's a yellow card for Noelle Maritz for perceived time wasting. She might have just been waiting for an option more than anything. Ball does finally come into play. Here's Ford. Back after helping Australia come 4th in the Olympic Games. Steph Catley, of course, key member of that squad as well. A couple of assists to her name. Caitlin Ford actually scored in the 3rd place playoff defeat to USA as well. So both players, although they wouldn't have wanted to exit at that stage of the competition, they were both still in good form. It is really good to have them back with us. Wubben-Moy, another player who was at the Olympics, strides forward but loses out possession. Arsenal slack at the back there. Snellenberg had gone a bit too early. Another change for PSV. Coming off, Julie Biesmans. Coming on, Amy Harrison. So another Australian entering the fray.
Player out, number 20, Julie Biesmans. Player in, number 23, Amy Harrison.
Gonna let that one run for Catley. Now Manum into Nikita Paris. Simone Boy as well, getting a touch. That one's loose, but Katie McCabe's there to recover possession. Into Miedemar, spinning away from one, turning past another. And the space is opened up for Caitlin Ford. It's just a bit too far ahead of her. Here is Ford. You've seen her pop up in these positions before, where she takes a few touches in from the sideline and then aims to either curl in a delivery like that or sensational strike that we saw a season or so ago against Chelsea. Nikita Paris just not on the same wavelength yet, but we are looking forward to seeing those two combine. Over the course of this coming campaign. Here the Arsenal fans going again. Eva Hirsch has been in touch. Hearing the Guna fans cheering the girls in Moscow gives me all the feels. So great to have fans back in the stadium again, and certainly when they're this vocal as well. Again, if you are desperate to get back and support the girls in person, you can do that. Next available opportunity is the opening WSL game of the season against Chelsea, Sunday, September the 5th, 12:30 kickoff at Emirates Stadium. Tickets available on arsenal.com. And then, the home of Arsenal women for so many years, Meadow Park plays host to its first game against Manchester City on September the 26th. So, two very, very big home games to kickstart Jonas Eidevall's first spell in the WSL. But just knowing how focused he is and how much he wants to challenge himself, I'm not sure he'd have it any other way. Jean over the top, looking for Thestrup again. Might be a head injury here, so Petra Pavlikova will stop play. Looks as though Amelie Thestrup's going to be okay as we get a closer look at Lotte Wubben-Moy's headgear. Just a reminder, the score stays the same. We play one of the following four clubs: Eidevall's former club Rosengard, or Slavia Prague, who we beat 13-2 on aggregate back in 2019. Lyon could be the return of Daniela van der Donk, who has recently been winning over fans in the number 17 shirt in the pre-season friendlies for Lyon. I'm sure you would have seen a few compilations going around of her crunching into challenges, just as she did during her time in North London. And the other team that we could play would be another reunion. Dominique Janssen and Jill Roord's Wolfsburg side are also in the mix. That draw being made at midday tomorrow. Lotte Wubben-Moy in the right place at the right time there to snuff out the danger. Levels into Brooks, come into a more central role in this second half. Of course, she is the goal scorer for PSV. Let's let that one run there to Miedema. Now Caitlin Ford's away on this left-hand side. Still Caitlin Ford as she gets into the box. Might fancy a go. But it's straight at Sari van Veenendaal. You can tell from Ford's reaction, she wanted to do better. Showed a clean pair of heels to Maruška Waldus, desperately trying to track back. On her left-hand side, it's straight at Van Veenendaal. Maritz on her bike again, charging up and down that right touchline all game. We're going to have to pull back play. Another player requires treatment. It's Levels who's down on the floor. So just over 7 minutes to play in Moscow. Probably about the time we get our usual player of the match nominations in. So please, using the hashtag AWFC, tweet Arsenal Women, let them know who your player of the match is from today's performance. Okay, finding Manham. Wubben-Moy out to Simone Boy. Maritz. The run from Paris, absolutely searing pace. Levels has done really well to stay with her all the way. It's going to be another substitution. That's Esme Brooks coming off. Number 15, Letitia, coming on. The first Brazilian woman to represent PSV. Very highly rated, aside from Fluminense. Catley, good work from her. Let's find her compatriot, Caitlin Ford. Now with McKay, back to Ford. Bit of trickery from her to get into the box. Although, Pavlikova's seen something there that she doesn't like. I have to say, I'm not entirely sure what was wrong with that. I think Eidevall's having the same conversation with the fourth official. It's as if Caitlin Ford was pulling back her marker. It's a brilliant bit of play from Kim Little. I think I say it every time we stream one of these women's games. Kim Little is the ideal player that you want to have when you're defending a lead. So good in tight spaces, so composed on the ball, and always makes the right decision. First look at Nikita Paris, breaking forward. Now here's Little again. Ford. Miedemar just buying her a bit of space. Ford going for the spectacular. And Veenendaal happy to watch that one sail over the crossbar. Well, one back by Little, using her body strength again. She's got Katie McCabe on the overlap. It might break for McCabe. It took a wicked deflection. And Veenendaal had to adjust, and she did really well to just get something behind it and keep the ball out. Remains Arsenal 3, PSV 1. Just coming off the bottom of Maruška Valdis's studs. Slightly deviating course on the ball. A few early nominations for player of the match already. Mane Wabuchi, the standout among them, but Beth Mead, Katie McCabe, other nominations. As the corner comes in from McCabe. Catley. Miedemar can't believe that one. Well, 2 balls on the pitch at the moment, but I'm sure the officials have spotted it, so we'll carry on. PSV look to play their way out of trouble. Again, look at the busy Arsenal players buzzing around PSV ones. Fortunately, Manham got in McCabe's way, or vice versa. PSV are handed an opportunity down the left-hand side. They are just lacking that final bit of quality, which has evaded them for much of this afternoon's performance. Neat little touch from Desiree van Lunteren. Here comes Little. Ford looking to send one in behind for Paris. He had made the run. Here Paris screaming as she was looked to be running into open space on this left-hand side. Miedemar out to Wubben-Moy. He just has to check her run, but she's still in possession. McCabe to Manham. Really confident ball-playing defender in Lotte Wubben-Moy. kick-started an Arsenal attack late on here. Miedemar dropping off to offer some support on the right-hand side. Into Ford. Paris is there, might be forced a bit too far wide and is also offside. Arsenal's front three looking to combine even at this very late stage. A few more shouts for Noel Maritz and Kim Little in the player of the match stakes, but I think, based on the sheer volume of tweets we've had about her, Mane Iwabuchi is going to take the plaudits. Bainendar to Wolders, entering the final minute of the 90 before we find out what will be added on. Miedemar, Little, Catley. 1-2 with Katie McCabe on the left-hand side. Arsenal's two left-footers interchanging throughout this second half. Zinsberger looking long for Miedemar, who didn't realise that was intended for her. PSV with 4 added minutes, claw one back.
4 minutes. That to the timeout.
Arsenal fans aren't the only ones that are singing. Certainly enjoying themselves out there today. That's an excellent switch of play to release Nikita Paris on this left-hand side. Isolated one-on-one up against Elizabeth Sheen. Miedemar on the overlap. Miedemar looking for the far corner. And Bainendar turning it just ahead of Caitlin Ford. Miedemar busted a gut to get into position. For her efforts will now be withdrawn for Anna Patton, who we've seen play across the back line and also in midfield. Interested to see whether she might be given an opportunity a bit further forward. I'm sure it won't be a like-for-like substitution between Miedemar and Patton, but if there's a versatile player that can do it, Anna's the one. McCabe crossing in from the right-hand side. Patton it was, climbing. Oh, so nearly scored with her first touch there, Anna Patton. Just above her in the end. Moy all the way back to Zinsberger. Looks as though Katie McCabe is playing in a central striking position. Ford on the right, Paris on the left. Patton's gone to anchor down that midfield, I think. Just taking a look at Frida Manham's shots. 4 attempts. Moy taking a chance there. Thankfully, the ball is safely in Zinsberger's hands. It was Mariska Wolders, the centre-back, who had surged forward late on. Easy enough for Zinsberger. Just over 40 seconds left here. It's as though it was going to be an opportunity for PSV to get the ball forward once more. Flag goes up against Amelie Thestrup. I think Eideveld will be pleased with his side's performance, especially the way they responded to conceding that goal early into the second half. Really did manage to kill off the game and any chance of a potential fight back from PSV. We'll have to make sure, though, that they're more robust defensively against the seeded teams in the next round. PSV have a half chance there. Desiree van Lunteren. In fact, it was Wolders who managed to break forward again, the centre-back. She's operating in an unorthodox striking role. Thankfully, hits off target. Leanne Hall urging players forward just to make sure that the game is closed out here. And it is. Arsenal march on in their qualifying campaign. It's a 3-1 win against PSV. It wasn't as simple as the scoreline perhaps suggests. Viviana Miedemar it was who opened the scoring from a passing move early on, before Mana Iwabuchi scored an absolute screamer just on the stroke of half-time. Brooks pulled one back for the Dutch side to make it a bit nervy for the Arsenal backline just after half-time. But then on the hour mark, Mana Iwabuchi struck, rebounding from Viviana Miedemar's attempt, poking home past Van Veenendaal for the second time this evening to restore Arsenal's 2-goal cushion and ultimately secure a 3-1 win over PSV. It means that Arsenal go through to round 2, the draw of which will be held at midday tomorrow. And we'll find out who they're going to be up against then. So please do stay close to Arsenal Women on all social media channels, and we'll bring you the draw as soon as we find out who it is. I mean, it could be a number of teams. We've got 4 in contention. Of course, Eideveld's former club Rosengard, Slavia Prague, who we met back in 2019, Lyon, so it could be a reunion with Daniela van der Donk, or Wolfsburg as well, with Jill Roord and Dominique Janssen in their ranks. Will be interesting to see, firstly, who Arsenal get in that 2-legged home and away tie at the start of September, and then also how well set they are for the challenge that awaits. But that's then. For now, we're going to be back tomorrow for Arsenal men's team. They're going to be in action against Chelsea. It's the big London derby, and it's the Breakdown Live that will be covering that one. Nick Bright and Adrian Clark return for the analysis and all of the build-up to the big game, with commentary from Dan Roebuck and David Hillier. That will take place from 4 p.m. on Arsenal.com and the Arsenal app. So until next time, I've been Max Jones. Thank you very much for tuning in. It finishes here. Arsenal 3, PSV 1.